How do you assess a perfume's quality as a beginner? Welcome to Learn with Roy. If you are a returning subscriber, I love you. And if you are just meeting today, welcome to Learn with Roy. And I hope you stick with me. So today, this particular video, it's a long one. So that's why I'm going to make it a 2-section and deliver one now and the next maybe next week or subsequent videos. So the first which I'm going to highlight, like I want to clarify, is that we can assess the quality of a fragrance based on 2 highlights. It will be based on the perspective of a perfumer and based on the perspective of an end user, obviously, or the consumer's perspective. But the first and the most important thing that we should take notes based on a perfumer's perspective is the quality of the fragrance. The quality of the fragrance. When a perfumer is assessing a fragrance, they look at some criteria. Number 1 is, do you like it? How does it make you feel? How pure do they smell? How well do they blend, or how well do they combine? How complex is the note? If it's a singular note, how well does this work? How does the accord evolve over time? How well does this change work? All these things are very important, especially when we are talking about quality. Some fragrances actually stand out because they do not change over time. Hence, the question is, how well does your fragrance stay the same as it dries down? So if I want to buttress more on this, I'll talk about the fragrance that you apply now and you can still actually perceive it like as if you just applied it. That is what we call quality of a fragrance. So the next thing that a perfumer looks at is the originality of the fragrance. Are you smelling something unusual? Like something unusual in the perspective of, is the fragrance like an already familiar fragrance that you've perceived it before, or it's just the first time? Like, this is the first time I don't think I've perceived this kind of fragrance before. Does it come across as one of the plethora of new fragrances that are launched every year but imitate each other? You've actually perceived this fragrance before, but like it's a new fragrance, but I've perceived this fragrance probably in the last 2 years of knowing this as in other fragrances. So does it surprise you, like either at the beginning or when it has dried down? Surprising you in the sense that probably you open it and you're like, wow, I wouldn't have thought about this, like this particular fragrance I'm perceiving. Or probably its first note is not even that attractive, but at the long run the middle note starts coming out and you're like, wow. Do you get? So, and also let me note, there is no point being original if it's not pleasant. I don't understand why you will be assessing a quality of a perfume and it's actually not okay. You're trying to create a new fragrance, but it's not pleasant to the nose, it's not pleasant to the wearer, it's not pleasant to the user, it's not pleasant to other people around you. There is no point in wearing a fragrance if it does not excite and make you feel special. So number 3 point you should take notes when you're assessing the quality of a fragrance is the power and radiance. The power and radiance. How strong is the fragrance? Can it project or radiate its strength? I've talked a bit about projection in one of my videos, but projection in a layman's English can be, does your perfume announce your presence? That is what they call projection of a perfume. And how good is the CH? In French, it's like CH, but it's silage. So it's a term in French that is used to describe how a perfume can leave a trail in the wearer's wake. But in a layman's English, it is whether your perfume can turn heads. Like, you just pass like this and people are like, who is this one? Like, I like this fragrance. I like this perfume. That is what silage is. So in addition to this said above, if you want to classify power and radiance, it's classified into sharp and enveloping. Like, when a fragrance is sharp, example of sharp fragrance are the citrus notes. They are easily perceived and you will know whether the scent is strong or weak. Enveloping. So enveloping, example of an enveloping fragrance is the vanilla notes. Even in small amounts, it is strong, but no matter how strong it is, it will be perceived as round and warm. It's hard for a vanilla note to have a sharp edge, unlike citrus. So like an enveloping fragrance can be actually sharp, like can be strong and powerful, but they have to like come in bit by bit. You perceiving them bit by bit. Do you get? So most people ask how do people some people are anosmic to certain ingredients in a fragrance. Even for example of a very strong fragrance, which is the most common one, is the musk. And musk to some people is not even strong. So the fragrance that comes with different perfumes can perceive differently. So in this video, I hope you've learned something, like learned a thing or two from this video. And if you've done that, like if you've learned something, kindly like, subscribe, share, because sharing is caring. Leave a comment or two below in the comment section. And until next time, guys, bye bye.